Well, first of all, my mother is my hero. My mother's about to turn 80 on May 11th, and she retired at the ripe old age of 75 from the University of Pittsburgh after 30 years. She is still, even though she's no longer teaching on campus, she's a professor emeritus, and she still is running her theater group, Country Repertory Theater Group, doing 4 productions a year, directing plays, doing fundraising, and what a role model for me. This woman is just an amazingly talented woman. And probably about 15 years ago, she actually got a second career doing commercials. So my mother is just sort of a multi-talented person. One of her students, Ruth Simmons, who's the president of Brown University, is like my big sister, and Ruth is another one of my heroes. And then so those are sort of my personal heroes. But then I admire the folks everybody admires. I admire Maya Angelou, and there are a couple of gentlemen here who my first mentors, Judge Elion Higginbotham Jr., who has now passed away, and Judge Clifford Scott Green. They were my fathers in the law. These were men who were giants in the legal profession, and who set about supporting me and mentoring me and introducing me to people. And so even though they're no longer with me, I carry a part of their spirit with me. And I have to talk about my father also. I mentioned him earlier, but my father was a brilliant jazz musician who was a gentle spirit. And my mother is a very hard driving person, and he was the balancer. He was the one who sort of he was a yin and yang. And so he was another one of my heroes because, as I said to you, I watched my father practice his tenor saxophone every single day. And the better he got, the harder he practiced. And so these were early lessons that really I learned as a young child, and I've taken those lessons with me forever.